It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. It is Saturday night, and we are back here on the air. Kick off the show tonight, we heard Auburn Records artist Shock Paris from their Steel and Starlight release. We heard the title track there, and then another Auburn Records artist, Breaker, from their Get Tough release with Behind Enemy Lines. And the guy who's always fighting behind those enemy lines, be it writing books, swearing at people on Facebook, or just being a dick here on the Classic Metal Show, my friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
Did I swear at somebody on Facebook?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not saying you did lately, but it's happened.
Oh, it's definitely happened. I just was wondering if I missed something I did today.
No, I'm not making any reference to something that's recent.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
No, I don't think so. I've been kind of not even really on Facebook very much this week.
Yeah, you've been kind of laying low, very mellow.
Yeah, well, been busy. Had a book to put out, had all that legal bullshit to deal with this week, as well as the interview circuit and the, mailing books and signing books and standing for a few hours at the post office to mail these fucking books. So, yeah, I was all consumed with books this week.
And as predicted last week, you said after your interview circuit on Friday that you'd be a little raspy today, and you're a little raspy today.
I am a little raspy. I'm going to tough it out. I actually had to push my my interview with Tony Webster on the Metal Command back to next week because my throat is just fucking roasted. But, I will soldier on for the CMS.
Yeah, well, you need to do what Breaker does. Get tough.
I'm going to get tough. I'm going to try to. I'm going to do the right things here. I'm going to drink nothing but whiskey and coffee tonight and and just do my throat proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because those two things are perfect for your throat.
Sure. They are the elixir of the gods, and it cures everything and anything.
That's right. So I'm going to burn my throat clean.
There you go. You need a shot of gasoline. You're running 116.
That's right.
Nice. All right. Well, we are back here on the Classic Metal Show after Thanksgiving. So how was your Thanksgiving, sir?
Good. Busy. I did, as all good fat guys do, you find as many meals as you can possibly get to get them.
It's like a divining rod. You look for good meals.
It's like if you're over or under 250. If you're over 250, you have more than one meal. If you're under 250, you just have one meal. Me, I had three.
Nice.
I had I spent the early, we'll call it lunch, although it was a full Thanksgiving meal with my mom and my brother and his kids. And then I shot over for a second meal at 6:00 over with John and Stephanie. And then we just hung out there until, 1 or 2 in the morning playing Cards Against Humanity and Taboo and just playing, card games and shit, which was actually pretty fun.
Did you play it on the border?
No, I did not play it on the border.
Okay.
We did talk about it though, about what a fucking tremendous waste of fucking card sales that was to do that. But no, what was fun was John's mom was there. And you've never played Cards Against Humanity, have you?
I have. I've never even heard of the game.
It is a really, really vile game.
Okay.
I mean, the premise of the game is, you remember the old what was the game? Was it not Joker's Wild? The one where Richard Dawson would read the clue, and then there was like 6 B celebrities that would. It was like a sentence. It would be like you paint your house with blank.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't recall the name of the game. But I do know what you're talking about.
It's kind of like that, but you have these cards, and each card has just like really vulgar, vile, answers on them.
All right.
And the object is to everybody throws in, and then the person that read the clue reads back the answers, and then they have to pick what was the most funny to them.
I gotcha.
So, I mean, and it was just brutal.
It's sort of a more adult version of ad libs or something.
It really is.
Sort of like that.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, there were definitely parts where John's 75-year-old mom is reading answers about smelly queefing pussies and shit.
Very nice.
It was so brutal. And John is just like, it's one of how this goes. No matter how old you get, it's never comfortable around your mom.
No, of course not. Not in that context. No.
No, not at all. And you know me, once I saw John was the slightest bit uncomfortable, then I start pushing it even further.
Of course.
By just not even waiting for the cards, just making up my own answers and just being even more vulgar.
Yeah. John, who are your friends? Are these people that you hang out with consistently, or were you just feeling charitable to have this person come to your home?
Yeah, well, it just got completely off the rails vulgar. I mean, we had when we were playing that Taboo game, which is kind of like charades sort of a thing, but it's like word charades, and I don't, my word that Stephanie and I were a team. And we were trying to come up with the word super glue.
Okay.
And somehow we got to pussy glue.
Uh-huh.
And meanwhile, John is just looking at his mom in sheer horror. It was just fun. It was just fun to just be completely vulgar Chris on overload. And I wasn't even drunk. I only had like 3 beers the whole night.
Nice.
I really didn't drink much because I knew I had shit to do Friday, so I couldn't. I couldn't really throw down like I normally would. So I just kind of hung out and played the games, but it was fun. We had a really good time. And then yesterday early, I cooked for my kids, and then I had fucking Thanksgiving with them, and then I had to be at the post office to mail yet more books that sold on Thursday. I completely sold out everything that I had on Thursday. Anything that was left sold out, which was nice because then they went live on Amazon on Friday. So,
right. So you weren't stuck with any.
No, I mean, I think I have 1 copy or 2 copies each of Call Me Chris and Victories. And all of the Metallicas are gone, and all of the Motleys are gone. So I may get some more. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I mean, for the very most part, they're done. It's if you want them, you got to go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble or whatever to get them, because I don't have any more.
There you go. Well, that's got to be a good feeling that you sold out your personal allotment.
Dude, it was great. I had bought the total that I had bought through 3 shipments was 220 books for the Motley. And being honest, because it was a book, it's a book about an album that everybody didn't love. I didn't expect it to be some crazy amount of sales. I expected maybe 100. I expected the hardcore CMS people to buy it, and that's about it. And I mean, they just moved.
Well, maybe there's more hardcore CMS people than you're aware of.
Well, and that's kind of what it is, because it was very clear to me that this run was the one where people decided to buy other books too.
Right.
Like people that have held out so far. Because I didn't even plan. I think I had bought, going into this, I think I had bought maybe like 4 copies each of Victories and Call Me Chris. And I sold like 20 each of those. People were just buying like in packages instead of just buying like, the new book. They were buying, the new book and the Metallica book, or the new book and Call Me Chris, or Call Me Chris and Victories. I sold to a couple of people, and dude, I guess every time I put out a book, I'm going to have to start planning to sell the other ones too. So, well,
it jump starts the back catalog.
It really does.
And then there's calls for major stadium tours.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not in Eddie Trunk's league yet. I'm getting there though.
Sure.
Dude, what was totally funny, I was telling Toomey about this a little while ago. On the end of their podcast this week, they did a podcast with the guy from Hatebreed.
Okay.
Frank Hatebreed. Which has nothing to do with us. But at the end, for whatever reason, they started talking about my writing and whatnot. And John went into this thing about how because I do have John like proof a lot of my stuff. And so they go into this little thing. It's only about 2 or 3 minutes long, but they start talking about how I've improved as a writer and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, my writing's good or whatever. And that was all cool. I mean, it was really nice, and it was really nice things that they said. And, you know, I appreciate it, because thank God they're not saying, man, this guy's a fucking hack, you know. But what was funny was hearing it, because the night before I had heard the exact opposite from John. Half-drunk John was telling me how I had failed with the Motley book. He was like, dude, you just missed the mark with this one, man. You just didn't. This is the worst of the 4. This is this is not your best work, and you have too much personal stuff. And I thought this was going to be a factual book. And I was like, well, so I missed your mark.
Yeah. Go buy a Martin Popoff book.
Yeah. I didn't miss my mark, because I think I said from day one that I was going to tell personal stories. You know, I didn't I? I never let anybody think that it was some in-depth Motley Crue study.
Right. That's Martin Popoff territory. This was a personal viewpoint from how you perceived the release and how it affected you.
Yeah, and he's like, well, people that don't know you or the Classic Metal Show are going to be upset with this book. And I was like, well, they might be. They could very well be, but, you know, he has the wrong impression about this book. You know, in the end, and I'll tell it, I don't give a shit who knows. The music books, the Metallica, the Motley, the Judas Priest one that I'm working on, they are sales tools for the Classic Metal Show, not the other way around. I don't look at the show to sell books. I look at the books to turn people onto the show. Because I mean, you've read the books, or I think you've read all 4, haven't you?
I have.
So having read all 4, don't you think that I use them to kind of lead? It's kind of like my storytelling.
Well, it's a companion piece, is how I look at it.
Yeah, but if people didn't know the show, and they hear about the show, and they like the Motley Crue, they like the crematory story from the Motley Crue book, they might listen to the show, you know, to hear if that's what we do on the show. And that's kind of what it's about, you know, is to do that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So, you know, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I'm thrilled with that book. I think that the Motley book is great. You know, maybe it's just me, but I haven't really loved the other books, but I really like this Motley book a lot. And I thought it came out pretty good. I thought the audio thing came out very good, considering how difficult it was to do. But yeah, and onward we go.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that John was totally
disappointed.
Yeah, well, he let me know that it just was not my finest work.
Okay. Well, I made a trip over to my sister's house.
Okay.
And your book is prominently displayed on the display table at my nephew's house.
Really?
Yeah. He was
my book.
Your Motley book.
What's next to it?
Well, there's Iron Maiden books, and there's AC/DC books.
Wow, so I've made the big time.
Yeah, you're in among the group.
Look at me. I am a featured author.
Yeah, he's kind of a collector like me. He's got all of his rock and roll memorabilia and all kinds of stuff, and
okay.
You know, he's gone with me on many events to where he's got to meet a lot of these guys, and
sure.
You know, so he collects stuff that, you know, gets autographed, and he has a table that kind of features a lot of these things, and your book was right on top of the table there.
Wow, how fortunate of him to have my autograph.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was pleased with it.
Well, that's good. Did he like the book?
He does like the book.
Okay, that's cool. Did he read it or?
Well, he just got it like a week ago.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's got through it or what the deal is, but he was happy to have it.
Okay, well, good. Tell him to let me know what he thinks.
Well, in exchange, in exchange for our greatness, he gave me a Blu-ray copy of The Decline of Western Civilization Part 2, The Metal Years.
Nice, on Blu-ray.
On Blu-ray.
Very nice.
A re-release.
That's cool.
And he also gave me an Iron Maiden canister that inside has some Iron Maiden The Trooper beer.
Okay.
And it has a glass,
Right.
a beer glass.
Okay.
And it all comes in this nifty tall tin that's displayed proudly here in the CMS studio.
Right.
With a beveled Trooper on the front.
Well, that's cool.
Just like the Iron Maiden cover.
Have you tried the Iron Maiden beer?
I've never drank a beer in my life, so no, I have not drank the Iron Maiden beer.
Never?
Never have.
I knew that you weren't a beer drinker,
No,
but
I've never had a beer.
I had no idea.
Yeah, never have.
How do you get into drinking hard liquor and wine, but not beer? How do you not do the middle?
I don't know the answer. It's just kind of bizarre. But no, I've never had a desire to crack open a beer. Have you ever seen me drink a beer?
I never have. Now that I'm literally thinking through it, and I'm like, no, I guess I never have.
There you are.
You always show up with like 2 bottles of wine and and drink some
Jack
like
and Coke.
brown liquor, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That is weird that you never caught the middle ground.
Nope.
You went with the wine, which would be like entry level, and you just went right to it. So give me the Jack Daniels.
There you go.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. So so I spent a good part of the afternoon on Thursday, visiting with family and stuff, and drove back.
Okay.
Then hung out Thursday night and watched movies with the little lady.
Look at you.
Yep. And
is that code for got your cock sucked?
No, we actually did. I guess what is that called? Netflix and chill.
Yeah. You did you do the little air quotes in the air? We watched movies.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And then yesterday, I actually slept in yesterday. I just was like, you know what? I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to do anything. Don't have to be anywhere. And I think I rolled out of bed like at 10 or 10:30.
Rub it in.
Yeah. Got up, got some coffee, shower, shave, got up, faced the day, then hung out. That's basically it. But today was the big day.
Okay. What happened today?
I had an epiphany this morning.
Okay.
I thought today was the day that I'm going to do something that I've been meaning to do for a while.
Okay.
I went out, and in my garage sits a brand new 2018 Chevy Camaro 2 SS.
Holy shit. Where is the photo of that?
I will have to take a photo of that and post that. But I went out and spent the big money and bought the new Camaro 2 SS.
All right, big bucks. Over or under 35?
Over.
Oh. What does it not have?
Nothing. It wants for nothing. That thing has all the bells and whistles you can think of.
Nice. You barely have to drive it, right? It just kind of takes you where you're going.
More or less.
That's awesome. How's it ride? Good?
Oh, my God. Dude, I was sitting at a light. I drove it home, and I was coming down. There's a 4-lane highway not far from my house, and I'm sitting at the light.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is with, people in their shitty cars. Mm-hmm. And they're sitting there right next to you. This thing is gleaming black, brand new. I literally drove it out of the showroom.
Right.
It was in the showroom. It
wasn't even have any weather on it.
Yeah, it was sitting. It wasn't one off the lot. It was actually the one in the showroom. They had to move 3 cars to get it out.
How many miles was on it?
4.
4?
4.
Nice. And those 4 were nothing but loading it on and off of the truck.
More or less, yeah.
It's great.
And so I'm sitting there at the light, and this old man in a Buick Park Avenue.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Was sitting there. He takes off like a bullet,
Mm-hmm.
So I just lightly tapped the tap the accelerator. And I was just like, this thing is an 8-speed automatic transmission.
Okay.
That thing went through the gears, and I was like, I left him in the dust.
Yeah, well, what does it register? 160, 180?
You know what? I don't know. I literally brought it from the dealer and parked it in the garage.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't have a gauge. You didn't see the gauge?
Nah, I didn't even look to see what the top speed was.
You just know it's fast.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Yeah. So
what
yeah.
color?
It's black on black. It's got the black, it's jet black interior with lighted trim.
All right.
The trim is all lit up inside.
Nice.
And it's got 22-inch black wheels.
Look at you.
Yeah. Smoking.
Look at you. Bought a car that if you blow a tire, it's going to be like $1,300.
Yep. So
what made you decide now? I thought you were waiting until the new year.
I was going to, but you know what? Something hit me today. Something hit me this morning that today is the day. And I went online, and a dealership that I would have never even thought to look at. I thought, you know what? I'm going to look at online at the dealership, see what's out there. Because these cars are hard to find at this time of year, because if they've got them on the lot at the end of the year, they got to pay the tax on them.
Right.
And so our good friend CMS Mikey and Mike Sr. were kind enough to offer me the GM discount.
Oh, nice.
Because Mike Sr. said, hey, if and when you get to the point you're going to buy this thing, let me know ahead of time. I'll get you the GM discount.
So wait a minute, you got the GM discount and it was still over 35?
Yes.
You bought a $50,000 car.
With the MSRP on it, if you were to buy it without any rebates or any, anything, just the sticker price on it, $47,000.
Oof. Jesus.
But I got about $5,500 off that. But out the door, $43,500.
Wow,
that's tax, title, the whole thing.
Still a good chunk of money.
Yeah, but I put a big chunk of money on it though.
Well, I know that's because you make all that fucking money, bitch bastard.
Yeah. So yeah, I got this new CMS mobile in the garage.
Nice. What you do with the old one? Did you trade it or
no?
Keep
I
it?
didn't. I kept it because I'll probably ride it through the winter.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the nice new ride out in the salt and the snow.
Right.
I'll just ride that.
Keep that one for running back and forth here.
There you go.
Come here.
Yeah, there you go.
So you don't put a fucking ass load of miles on it.
Yeah, so
the only time you need to pull that one out is when there's pussy in the other seat.
Exactly, unless the pussy is doing the driving.
Are you gonna let the pussy do the driving?
Not always, but she can drive it though. She's excited about that car.
Mm-hmm, I'll bet she is.
She's like, this is the kind of car a girl would actually date you for.
Oh, wow. So was she practicing with the stick shift today or what?
The offer was there.
She's ready to shift you into 8th gear?
Exactly.
Look at that. What kind of seats? I would hope that it's something that is not water absorbent.
No, it's all leather. It's completely leather interior.
All right, good.
Yep.
You're going to need to wipe off that passenger seat.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, you definitely got the leather interior. Man, these seats are so comfortable. You almost want to go to sleep in them.
All right. You took her for a ride today?
Yeah, oh, yeah. She got in the car when we looked at it. Sure.
When you got out of the car, did it sound like a suction cup?
Yeah, it went. Exactly.
And you were like, God damn, this has like that new Cartoona smell.
That'll never happen.
Right.
So anyway, there you are. That's my adventure of today. I got home about an hour before the show.
Oh, no shit. Well, you got to take a picture of that one, dude.
Oh, we will. We'll get a picture.
I'm just curious. How long did it take to actually make the purchase?
The whole process from the time I walked in to the time I walked out, I'm thinking I got there about 1:30, and I think we walked out of there at about 4, maybe 4:30.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, so it was about 3 hours.
That's not terrible. I know when I bought my Altima, 7.5 fucking hours. Oh my God, I wanted to strangle somebody.
Yeah, it was not that kind of a process at all.
Yeah. Well, we had the process where the guy had to pretend to go to the fucking manager 15 different times.
The guy that I dealt with, he went to the manager once.
Yeah.
And I tried to, tell a Fargo ism, and nobody got it. So I said, yeah, get it when you go into the manager's office. Ask him if he could knock some off of that True Coat.
And the guy's like, oh yeah, I'll do that.
That's what he did. He goes, do you really want that? Because we offer that. I'm just like, no, never mind.
You were like, you're an idiot. Just go take your fake walk in there and get your drink of water and come back.
That was kind of where I was going with that. But I gotta admit though, I mean, I've purchased several vehicles in my life. Mm-hmm. These people were super nice.
Well, that's good.
All of them. Just super nice, super helpful, fantastic service. They were just really good people.
Dude, I have, and this is not going to surprise anybody, but buying a car, one of the most difficult things in the world for me to do.
Yeah, well, I wasn't looking forward to the actual dickering around, yeah. But it came out very easy. It was a very easy transaction.
Well, I go from 0 to infinity when I tell them what I'm willing to spend. And then they say, well, I'm going to go talk to my manager and get that price. And they come back and it's like $150 more a month. Dude, I had it before I bought the Altima. We went to another place first and I was looking at another car and I liked that car too. And I told the guy, I said, I am not willing to spend more than $400 a month for the car.
Right.
I'll put down whatever money I got to put down, but I'm not willing to spend more than $400 a month. Right. Guy goes, yep, that's right what this is going to be. It's going to be this with this much down, I'm just going to go run it by the manager. We're going to get the paperwork, and we'll just sign it and give you the keys. He walks away, does the fucking manager walk, comes back and is like, all right, it's going to be $549 a month. And I just fucking lost my mind. I was like, what is it with you? Are you too fucking stupid to hear what I just said? Are you that fucking dumb? I said $400. And I did. I started swearing and, I just lost my shit. And then it was funny because then it's like watching the people I was with slowly making their way out of the office because I started screaming up a fucking storm.
Right.
I was like, fuck you. I'm not, I hate when they do that. And you know why they do it? Because most people won't throw a fucking fit. And we'll just end up saying, well, okay, if that's the best we can do.
Well, I tell you what, we were sitting there looking at the numbers and stuff, and, there was some facts and figures, and they were, so, well, with this discount, with this and this and this, taking this and taking that out and, blah, 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 it comes down to this.
Right.
And it's just like, well, those numbers aren't working out where I think they should be because, you've got it advertised at this price, but you're offering me this price. And, well, that's because they throw in a college discount and they throw in a trade-in if you trade in a Ford Mustang too. And then if you trade, they were giving me all these trade-ins. They go, well, that's the price if you get all the deductions that are possibly available to get.
Yeah, well, how about this? I either get all those deductions or I'm out the fucking door.
Well, we they worked it out and it came down to a number, and right. We'll talk it over. Well, what's there to talk over? I said, well, I'm just thinking about the price. Well, let me take a look at this again, and he came back with a little bit lower price.
Right.
And I said, well, I'm going to talk it over here with the girl here and see what she's got to say. So they left, and so we kind of discussed it and kind of like bandied it about, and we came up with a number.
Right.
And he says, yeah, when you're done, just wave me back over. So, I waved the guy over, and I said, we come up with a number, 43.5 out the door, or we're out the door. Well, wait a minute. Let me see if I...
No, how about that's it?
But that's what he gave it to me for.
He better.
Yep, that was with everything.
Now... You don't have to answer this question if you don't feel comfortable asking.
Yeah.
Answer this one. Did you put $10K down?
More.
You put more than $10K down?
I did.
They should have been sucking your dick and giving you that car for $35,000. $10,000 down?
It
How
was
much did you put down?
15.
$15,000 down.
Yeah.
And they still fucking held you up?
Well, you know what?
They negotiated with you with $15,000 down?
Yeah. Well, you know what the thing is that I saw what that car listed for and all the features and stuff, and a lot of the other dealerships were at like 52.
You realize that the rest of the store for the day did not pull $15,000 in cash. Seriously. Everybody else was trying to fucking whittle their way through 500 down.
Yeah.
And you did 15 grand down.
Yeah, well this has been a plan for a year now, so.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
Oh, I understand exactly what you're saying,
that
that kind of money up front. Yeah, I get you.
You putting $15,000 down, they should have been giving you the fucking bare bones price with everything thrown in. Free stereo and a free Bluetooth and
yeah, I got you. It's got everything you could possibly want.
Well, that's cool.
Everything, believe me.
We're going to have to test it on Monday or whenever you drive. Are you going to drive it to Chicago or not?
I don't know yet.
Whenever you drive, we're going to have to test it because I hate your Bluetooth.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's just an add-on.
I know, but the one that you have, I hate because it's. I can always tell when you flip it over, like when you get over to the line.
Yeah.
And you flip because it goes from like a pretty good connection to.
Yeah, well, I got to go hands-free because, Chicago police are cruising over there pretty much.
Yeah. I get it. I get why, but it's like, wow. It is a definite difference when you flip over. But yeah, dude, look at you. Nice ride. $15K though. Jesus fucking Christ. That's fucking more than my 6 previous cars combined.
Well, you know how I keep my cars.
Well, I know. Well, that's it. For you, a $50,000 car, that'll last you 15 years, or it'll last you 20 years if you want to keep
the current car that I have, the Monty SS, that's almost 13 years old.
And other than some rust that you can't fucking help because you actually use the car.
Well, it doesn't have any rust anymore.
Well, I know you had it replaced.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the only problem that I ever heard you say that you had at all with that car was the rust.
Yeah.
Little bit of rust and what, a blown tire or some shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you take immaculate care of your cars.
So, yeah, I plan on having this one a while.
Meanwhile, every time I go to the Jiffy Lube, they look at me like I'm insane when they see the actual mileage versus what, the sticker says. They look at me and it's like, the sticker says you got to come in at 72,000. Well, I'm at 83. Is that close?
Yeah, I want to get my money's worth.
Yeah. I got it before the oil turned chunky. It's good, right?
Right, exactly. Well, I will figure out a way to get a photo of this and put it in the chat room so everybody can see the new purchase.
Nice. I want to see the big stain that's already on the passenger seat. Although it's used, so I guarantee the first thing you did was grab some Armor All the minute she puckered out of there and fucking wipe that fucker down. Can't have this. Can't have that. Tell her, yes, I hear her laughing.
All right. Well, anyway, almost an hour's gone, and Bill Peters is coming up.
Yes.
He's got a show. It's a charity event at the Beachland Ballroom, right?
It is. It is his annual food drive at the Beachland. It features bands like Breaker, Shock Paris, Alethea, a bunch of other bands, but the big one is the band Night Demon is going to be the headliner, and they are recording what will be their 2018 live album at that show.
That's a lot of bands on that bill. You got Night Demon, Breaker, Shock Paris, Resistance. What is that?
Alethea.
I never heard of them.
You know the girl. The girl is the singer of that band is Chris that was the singer of that band Cellbound.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know her. You've met her.
Yeah, I have. Lady Beast?
Yep.
Is that Lady Beast?
I think so.
And what is that?
Granicus.
And what is that?
Raditrix and Gluttons.
Wow. It's quite a lineup.
Yeah, that's a big show.
Well, our friend Jerome Levy here in Chicago. He's going to make the trip over there.
Is he?
For this show.
Look at that.
So he emailed me last week and said, yeah, he's going to make the trip over to attend.
Well, you should make the trip over and attend.
Let's see. When is that again? That's next Saturday. A week from tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, we could blow, because if you come in, I'll go to the show.
Yeah. Well, I'll think about it. I got a little time to think about it.
All right.
But anyway, Bill Peters, who does the Metal on Metal show for over 30 years now.
35 now.
Yeah. This is his 35th anniversary.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So he's going to come on the show, and we'll talk to him. It's been a while since I talked to Bill. I know that you talk to him way more frequently than I do.
Yeah. I talk to Bill all the time.
And, he's always kind to bring you onto his show live to promote your books and things.
Yep, I'll be doing his show December 8th.
All right, very nice. So we're going to return the favor and bring Bill on our show.
Well, and let's not forget the big favor that Bill did us earlier this year by letting us play all of his Auburn Records bands.
That's true as well.
That's the big favor that he did for the show, was filled us up with quality music to play, when this bullshit legal nonsense started.
That is true. So we got to thank Bill and Auburn Records for that as well.
Absolutely. Yep, no doubt.
And you'll get to see a lot of those, some of his top billed bands. Being Breaker with the original lineup reunion.
Yes.
And Shock Paris featuring Vic Hicks on lead vocal.
And they have a new record coming out in early 2018, I believe.
That's been a long time in coming.
Yeah, but I think I heard that it's either done or close to done. I guess we could just ask Bill. I'm sure he'll tell us.
I would think Bill would know.
Yeah, I would think so too. So
he's like, well, wait a minute. I'll have to call and ask the guys.
Yeah.
Hey, is your record coming out next year?
Yeah.
It's only been, 4 years in the process?
Yeah.
Didn't they release a single like 3 or 4 years ago for the first single of that record?
Maybe. Or was that a Christmas song?
No, it was just it was a new Shock Paris release.
Okay.
One song.
Well, maybe that was all that there was for that release.
That's the run-up for it.
That was the teaser.
Yeah. 3 years in the making.
Well, it got you on the edge of your seat. You're still talking about it.
I am.
So there you go.
It
worked.
It did. I'm probably the only one to remember that.
Yeah, well, I sure didn't.
Very nice. All right, well, we're going to get Bill Peters on the phone, and we're going to talk to him, and maybe he can let us know what's going on in the Auburn Records empire, as well as give us a little more information on this upcoming charity event that he's got going on a week from tonight.
All right.
Over at the Beachland Ballroom and all that kind of good stuff. So everybody grab a drink and join us in the chat room, CMS chat room. That is chatandkill.com, chatandkill.com. You can log in there with most of your social media logins.
All right.
And be a part of the show.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me see here. I played some Breaker and I played some Shock Paris at the beginning of the show. Now, am I allowed to play any of this Night Demon?
Shh. I'm gonna say don't announce who you're playing.
Okay. I'm gonna play a band that's unknown to most of us.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm just gonna play something just called Track 4.
All right, Track 4. That's my favorite by this unknown, unheard of band.
All right. Well, we'll have Bill Peters coming up next. So here it is. Here's that unknown band playing Track 4 exclusively here
on your classic metal show.